Hey there, day 37 of the 100-day video challenge. And today what I want to talk about is how everything that you want in the future actually already exists right now. This is a little bit confusing to a lot of people because they think that you have to act as if it's already real for it to be, for you to try and feel this thing in the current reality, for you to make it real. The thing is that the brain's not stupid. For you to try and bring something into your current reality now from the future doesn't exist, because there's no way that you can bring something that you want into the future, that's in the future, into the now, because the future is a long way away. So when you want something like your dreams, aspirations, even physical things, if you want something to happen, you can't wait for it to happen in the future, because the future doesn't exist. So what do we do when the future doesn't exist? We need to know that whatever we want to have in our lives already exists in this current moment. The thing is, because there is no linear time, there is no future time, in fact, time is all stacked up on top of us. So if you think about us being in this reality, on this planet, there is actually a multiple possibilities of this life on this planet above us. So there's actually what we call parallel lives and multiple dimensions actually occurring at the same time as us sitting here right now. So we need to shift ourselves from thinking about this is what I want in the future into how do I get or connect to this reality that's actually stacked above me. Now, let me just share with you a little secret. If you've had a thought come into your head of something that you want, let me tell you something. I will tell you that if that thought has come into your head and you have had a desire for that thing, that means that it already exists in one of these realities up there. So if you say that I want to inspire people, or I want to be a speaker, or I don't know, like whatever achievements that you want to achieve, whatever it is. If that thought comes into your head, know that it already exists in one of these realities above you. And I'll call it above you because as a human, we actually need to know above or in front of or whatever. In actual fact, it's all happening at the same time in a different vibration and frequency. So in actual fact, it's happening right now where we are, but we just can't see it. Sounds crazy, but it's absolutely true. Or what is true. If you make it your truth, then it will be real. That's what I'll say. So if you can imagine that this thing that you want is happening right now, then, well, happening right now, it's actually available right now. It's just on a different frequency, happening in another universe, but it's parallel to us, so it's happening at exactly the same time. So if you have a thought coming through, that means that already exists. So I want you to acknowledge that that thing already exists. Whatever you want in the future, it already exists. So you want to know, well, how do I get it? First off, get rid of the concept of future and just know that whatever it is that has come into your head already exists because it came through into your head, so it's up there somewhere or here. Then you need to bring that picture down into how would you feel about having that thing. So if that thing is floating around, number one, knowing that it already exists is really important. But number two, how would you feel if you had that thing happening right now? So what that does is, by feeling that you already have that thing, because you know it exists, it's there, so you're not going to be playing games with your head, because your head knows that that thing already exists, so you're not lying. So that thing already exists in a current reality somewhere up there. You need to then know how that feels and bring what you can imagine that feeling feels like of having that thing into your current reality right now, simply by just going, well, I'm just going to feel that excited, or I'm going to feel that purposeful, or whatever. Now, the thing to help you to feel that way is this next step, which I might call step number 3, which is acting as if, not acting as if, but acting like bringing those characteristics of what you're feeling into the current reality. So let's just say, for example, we have this vision of a successful business. We need to break it down into say, okay, what does that successful business looks like? So it might say, I speak in front of groups, I impact people, make an impact in the world. I've got some books. Maybe you might say you've got some books out there. You might also say that financially you're secure, and maybe that you're asked to travel and do some traveling around the world. So there's those 5 things of things that you consider to be a successful business in the future. So what that tells us now that we've seen it and we're feeling it, to make that feeling stronger, we now need to, in this current moment, because the future doesn't exist, we need to bring those things into the current moment. So if you want to be a famous speaker, you go and book your first speaking gig right now. Ring a local school or local club or whatever. Start speaking right now to prove to yourself that you've already started and that you are a speaker. If it's a book, write an ebook and put it out there right now. You can do that right now. It doesn't have to be big, it doesn't have to be long. If you want to be financially secure, you can then look at your current reality and say, in this current reality, we have a house, we have a car, we have money in the bank, so I am financially secure. These things that you're acknowledging in this current moment, the way that the universe works is it multiplies, regardless of how strong the feeling is for you, it'll multiply your current feeling and your current reality in the next moment. So for you to, number 1, see it as a vision, knowing and trusting that it's already existing, bringing that feeling down into you and feeling that that already exists, and then acting on those things to prove to yourself that you're already doing it, and to increase this feeling that you are already that. Like someone actually said, well, I want to, transform lives. Well, look at the current clients you're already working with. You're transforming lives already. You could be helping out at the school, or you could be helping your kids. It could be anything. If you start to acknowledge that you're already doing the thing that you want in the future and bring it into now, saying that you're already doing it, the universe will then bring more of that, if not more, like into your next reality. And then what happens is that next reality will then multiply that, and then the next reality will multiply that. And all you need to do is stay in this current moment and do the actions of the things that you already want to do in this current moment for the future, so that there is, in fact, no wishing or hoping or praying for whatever it is you want in the future, because you already have it right now. You are already it right now. Now, let's just say you might want a house, or you might want a car, or whatever else. So in reality, you're not living in that house or driving that car. Well, I make a joke and say, well, technically you can go and drive that car if you want to. You can go and visit the house or whatever, but it is the awareness that in the different realities that exist in the universe, that it already does exist. This is where you need to know that if that thought has come into your mind, that it is already a reality in one of these realities that are there. You feeling it and owning it and saying to yourself that already exists in my life will then bring that into your life. All you need to do is listen to the guidance that you're given in these next thoughts that come through, which will then lead you to creating that thing in the future. So I don't know why we even play in the future when the only thing that exists is right now, and then we've got the power in the right now. So whatever you want, feel it and do it and act it right now. And pretty much that's what's going to happen in the next reality. Try it and let me know how you go. See you tomorrow.